Last time on the Rod Pedersen Show.
So we got a lot to get to and unpack with Ryan Leslie, our good and longtime friend. Look, ta-da! Look at this guy.
It's laundry day. How are you?
How about that? How you doing, Les?
How about that?
How about that?
Yeah,
I love it.
I was pretty impressed when this showed up. Thank you, gentlemen. I wear it proudly whenever I can steal it away from my daughter. So thanks.
Oh, I appreciate it. But don't wear it around downtown Calgary, Ryan, because I'm afraid they'll be using you for target practice. By the way, Dale Berazuk writes in, he says, good afternoon. The draft was horrible. My son and I watched, and then we stopped. Camping wins. We love your show. Hell of a job. Talk next week. Be safe. So he's out camping. What did you think of the Kraken expansion draft telecast last night?
Obviously, it had to have some showmanship. It wasn't bad. I'll say that they did a pretty good job. I was just kind of more fascinated by the process and how it all went. But Roddy, I mean, that's a tough one to pull off and make everybody happy, make everybody feel comfortable. Hey, I'm sorry, I got the dog barking here, but we'll take it. And it was an exciting day. I was looking forward to it. Obviously, all the news, most of it anyhow, broke early. But just the idea that we've got to look and feel for how it's going to go. The broadcast, I thought, was fine. Yeah, it can't please everybody.
Walking the walk and talking the talk. It's the Rod Pedersen Show.
The new deal for the Canadian Hockey League with TSN and CBC. Well, I think it's amazing.
Oh.
The CHL's going home to TSN. And the fact that CBC's jumping into the pool. What decade is this? The 1970s?
I know.
When sports broadcasting in Canada was king? You people, you need to rally and watch the games because you love them anyways. It's Canada, for God's sakes.
Good morning, Rod Squad.
It is. Welcome to a Friday, everybody. I am officially declaring the weekend underway. How you doing, Moose?
Works for me.
How did Jimmy Two Tables do on making the coffee over there from Caliber Coffee? How do you do? Is it passing?
Amazing.
As good as Nelson?
It's very good.
We got the staff here. Maybe at some point we can get the camera on those guys on the sponsors couch because there's no restrictions in the province anymore.
That's right.
And like I said, the weekend is open. Flame Tech Football Friday. Jason in Red Deer writes in and says, yeah, baby, Football Friday. Ryan McCarthy in Saratoga, New York says, good day to my friends across North America as well as Mexico, Norway, Qatar, and Sweden. It's Flame Tech Football Friday. Flame Tech is your industry leader in combustion services. And, yeah, we're going to be talking a lot of football today. We can what? Sorry, I was talking. Sorry? Oh, yeah, let's do it. Thanks, Clark. This is the guy. Hey, give us a wave, guys. Jimmy Two Tables and Nelson. Yay!
We need a flashlight on him.
Thank you, Clark. Good work, guys. No, they're over there in the theater. I feel like we're kicking it old school here on the RP show, the way we used to do
with
it.
the crowd.
Yeah, with a crowd. Yeah, you guys, can we make a little noise here? And then I'll yell at them. Yeah.
That's like the most awkward thing to be sitting there and someone's like, make some noise, guys.
Make some noise. Oh, yeah, exactly. Coming up on the program today, how fortuitous it is to have Tory Gurley with us, Green Bay Packers, Cleveland Browns alum, our RP Show NFL insider, because not just Aaron Rodgers wants out of Green Bay now. Did you hear the absolute latest this morning? Davante Adams wants out, their star wide receiver. Something's going on in Green Bay. And Clark, our star-studded producer, just happened to line up Tory Gurley. And the stars have aligned that this has gone down this morning. So nice work, Clark, on that. And then Milt Stegall, the Turtle Man, will be joining us from the CFL on TSN panel, the Canadian Football Hall of Famer, to tee up this 2021 CFL season. So that's what we do on the Football Friday. What do you got?
Look, Davante Adams and Aaron Rodgers, look, if you decide to leave this show and there's talk of you not coming back to the show, don't be surprised if I decide to follow.
Right?
Okay. Like, if your quarterback's not coming, the star receiver doesn't want to play there anymore either.
Oh, exactly. It's fallen apart in Green Bay. So I want to hear from the Cheeseheads, too. And just before we jump into the Quick Six, Darren Workman's watching in Salt Lake City. He says, greetings and happy Pioneer Day from Salt Lake City. We have a holiday here on the 24th of July celebrating the settlement of Utah in 1847. Sounds like a good reason to party to me. Happy Pioneer Day, you all. Okay, can we hit the Quick Six show topics, please? Thank you, Director Jordan. This is usurping the Quick Six because this is the breaking news today from Major League Baseball. Just out of the blue, the Cleveland Major League Baseball franchise, which incidentally, up until this morning's Twitter handle was at Cleveland Indians. If you were going to change the name of the team and we knew, why would you keep going by Cleveland Indians? Why would you not? Why would you do that?
I know.
Because they're not pushing the name Indians all 2021, right? It's all about Cleveland.
It's all about Cleveland.
Whatever. They've announced this morning that. Nice work. It's the Cleveland Guardians. Now, it just came down this morning. So I was doing stuff while this. So I don't know the real reason behind the Guardians, but I'm thinking like guardian angel. That's the thing. And that's exactly what it is. You see the angel wings there. So our poll question today is, how do we feel about the name Cleveland Guardians? And as of the last 22 minutes, when I put up the poll for Capital Auto Mall Universal Collision Center, 54% of you saying thumbs down. Put me in the thumbs down for the Cleveland Guardians. What is it on Facebook? 50-50? Right on the schnoz?
Right on it.
Listen, I don't know. Clearly, team names are a very highly sensitive thing in the world these days. But I don't know. My team, I want to run through the wall. The Golden Knights. Raise your sword. Do you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
The Guardians? We will take care of you. And if you're not 18 years of age or over, you're in our care. What is it about Guardians that makes you want to run through a wall and kick somebody's ass and buy their gear? Nothing. So I'm sure there's some great reason behind the name Guardians, but I can't, for the life of me, think of what it would be.
Yeah, I don't know.
I mean, the LA Angels of Anaheim, sure, they've been around since the 70s, whatever. But if you have the chance to rename your team after all you've been through and you come up with this, okay, you were going to say?
No, I know. I don't know what I was going to say because I don't know how I feel about it. You know, and it's an odd time to just throw it out there randomly. And
isn't it Friday morning?
Nelson was kind of reading some of the replies to me, and who was the player? One of the players on the Cleveland Indians replying to Major League Baseball tweet. Well, this is one way to find out.
Didn't even know
it was coming. And I mean, I get why you've went away from the name Indians, and I understand why you're going to a new name. It's not happening until next year anyway. So it casts an incredible amount of a big shadow over top of the rest of this season. Maybe that's what they want. Maybe that's a good thing. The Guardians. I don't. The fact that I don't have an opinion means it's not good. Because if I had an opinion and I liked it, but I'm just really not sure. Eventually, like with the Angels, 20, 30 years from now, it'll be cool. But for the next number, it's not going to be.
And a Friday morning. You wouldn't want to do it in prime time or anything.
I know.
Don't. Again, they don't ask me. Chris Bird in Toronto, Argos fan, says regarding Cleveland's nickname, glad they made the change. The change is long overdue. Nobody's disputing the name Indians had to go. Nobody. It's what they changed it to and when they plan to announce it and didn't even tell their players. Like, my God. Stacey Champagne says, Cleveland's name change, good. New logo, bad. Randolph Zora in Ontario watching says, it sounds like an insurance company. Yeah. Thumbs down. Okay, let's move on to the serious stuff.
Okay.
Number one, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers got their rings on Thursday, and Tom Brady, in his interview with, I don't know who he did the interview with, made me realize even more that Tom Brady is my spirit animal. And you saw the quote from him, right? About, if you didn't see it, everybody, there was a lot of teams that passed on Tom Brady last year. He was talking to quite a few teams. Well, it was the Buccaneers that just opened up Tampa for him. They gave him the keys to the city, made him feel at home, signed all the guys he wanted, rejigged the offense for him, and they went and won a Super Bowl. So the interview was like this: what do you have to say to the other teams that passed on you, Tom? And to paraphrase, he basically said, well, there aren't as many smart people as you think out there in the world. Tom, I love you. Because you know what I'm saying? Just as it relates to my career after I left my last job, or with this show and certain things we said, what am I missing here? It's the same thing as Tom's like, what you... But it was Tampa Bay that gave him the keys to the city and whatever you want. And look, he goes and wins the Super Bowl. And I feel like here on Game Plus Television and the streaming, we're winning a Super Bowl. And every day we're winning a Super Bowl. And this morning on ESPN, as you were watching, the panelists on there were going, this is Tom. This is Tom now that he don't care anymore. He's won 7 Super Bowls. He's taken photos of himself holding a goat. He doesn't care, because what are you going to say about Tom Brady? What are you going to say? Those teams that didn't sign him last year were saying that his arm strength's gone. He played on a torn MCL as it was. He's like, yeah. And, of course, he said, I'm not going to name what the teams are. They know that I know. It's like everything that... Tom, have you been reading my diary? So what do you think about all that?
Like... First of all, it's a lesson in branding and how to brand yourself, because this isn't new. Tom's acted this way, thought this way, operated this way his whole career. He just hasn't done it publicly. Right? But you can't do it publicly out of the gate until you've proven yourself. And he proved himself after 1 Super Bowl, but that wasn't good enough for him. He proved himself after 2 Super Bowls. But after 7, he's like, look, I'm putting it down now. I'm putting it out there. And I can walk the walk and talk the talk. And that's how you build a strong brand. You do it quietly, you let your actions speak, and then you can talk after you've accomplished something. And it's funny how it relates to like everything, when he said, you're going to win with that guy? You're going to go with that guy over me? Okay. Are you winning now, right?
Hey.
How'd that turn out for you?
Who said that?
Right? You.
Right.
It was relating to details. But that's what Tom's doing, right? And that's what he said. He said, you're really going to go with that guy over me? Okay, I'll show you.
And now he's standing back, looking back over that burning bridge going, like you just said.
And he's saying it.
Yeah.
How do you like me now?
How's that working out?
So good for Tom. I like it. But he's earned it.
Yeah.
You can't do that at 24, 25. You can't do that at 30 years old, right? But now in his 40s, after he's gone through everything and won everything, there's nothing left to prove.
That's why I say Tom's my spirit animal, and I really enjoyed it. And now people are understanding why he is my spirit animal. I see that we're having some streaming issues, but we are still rocking and rolling on Game Plus Television. And, you can write us on the Prairie Mobile text line from there, 306-840-8777. That's 840-8777. Rodney from Greenville, South Carolina writes in. He says, where did you get that Patriots golf shirt? What should I tell him? NFLshop.com.
No.
Ultimate Fan Zone.
ReginaPats.com. They sell New England.
Let's just let them.
They sell New England.
Just let them think that.
I think it's awesome.
The warm-up's brought to you by E-Cold Electric. Come check out our new Regina Data and Lighting Center, E-Cold Electric. Let's get to work. They bring you the warm-up every day. Boy, we spent a lot of time on points 1 and 2. Point 3, CFL notes. I was perusing the CFL headlines, Darren.
Yep.
And we mentioned yesterday that Andrew Harris is out for another week in Winnipeg. Michael Riley's just come back to training camp for the BC Lions in Kamloops. And now I'm reading in Ottawa that Matt Nichols, their starting quarterback, has not practiced since last week. In just about every instance, these veterans, these are all household names as far as CFL fans go, right? Matt Nichols, Andrew Harris, Michael Riley. The coaches are saying it's general soreness. Very believable, isn't it? You just gave me a rolled your eyes look.
Did I?
Yeah.
General soreness, hangnail, upper body, lower body. It all means the same thing, right? the betting stuff hasn't been mandated yet to be more specific on these injuries. If it is general soreness, hey, I believe it. I can believe that. It's camp, and your body goes through a lot, and you're just sore, and you need some time off. But you don't take a week off for general soreness. I don't know.
I find it highly believable that veterans are missing time because of soreness. We're still the RP show on the Game Plus television network all across North America, all 10 provinces in Canada, 31 states in the U.S., YouTube and Facebook, apparently, and 24-hour sports radio for Suds Full Service Car Wash at rodpedersen.com.
Head to youtube.com/The Rod Pedersen Show now. You gotta subscribe. Click the subscribe button for all the content you may have missed.
Direct West has been the bridge for me from not dealing with social media or digital presence to having a presence. You have to take the leap of faith, so to say, and I'm glad we have. Direct West has helped us out immensely to get our presence online as far as digitally and also with the social media page. To see the results is just puts a smile on your face.
Don't rack your brain trying to source the equipment and materials you need for your business. Rockstar can operate your entire supply chain, from PO creation to expediting your shipments, all from our office. Leverage the buying power of the Rockstar Buying Group to not only save money and time, but also the headache. From gloves to glue, we can provide it for you. Find out more at rockstar.com.
Bronco Plumbing and Heating, proudly serving Regina and surrounding areas since 1978. We are excited to announce the new Bryant Furnace Trade-in Allowance Program. If you have a working Bryant furnace, 15 years old or less, you may be eligible to receive a new furnace at a discounted rate. If you'd like to take advantage of the Bryant Trade-in Program, or to hear how we can help improve your home, give us a call today at 306-781-2090.
Some of the challenges we face with the CT technology that we have today is some of the deficiencies in around integration with some of our other systems. The addition of 2 new 4D simulators within the programming of the Saskatchewan Cancer Agency is going to have significant impact on the care we provide to the people of Saskatchewan.
Does this look familiar? Your fans deserve an incredible arena experience. It's time for an upgrade. Stunning graphics. Revenue opportunities are just the beginning with our in-venue display systems and scoring technology. Let us help you find the best solution for your facility. EDG, always delivering the best fan experience.
Hey, Rod Squad, now you can join the team with your very own RP Show gear. Head to rodpedersenshop.com and get yours today while supplies last. It's just like we wear on the show, official RP Show gear at rodpedersenshop.com.
Hey, honey, can you get one of the kids to show me how this Twitter thing works? Honey, I need to get on Instagram. Time for more of the Rod Pedersen Show.
It's a Flame Tech Football Friday, everybody, and here we are live on Game Plus television. If you are having streaming issues, I would suggest you flip over to Game Plus TV because we're having none on national television, all right? It's a good reason to switch your cable to Telus Optic TV from Shaw or Bell MTS cable from whatever you got there in Manitoba. And because of some of the issues that we're having, they're telling me that we might be delayed getting Tory Gurley on, which is most unfortunate. But hey, not much that I can do about that. But I see that the viewers have really clung to something here. And because it is a Flame Tech Football Friday, we'll talk about football, Moose. Because I was reading the CFL headlines. The CFL is good enough to send me that daily email of all the newspaper articles across the land. And the stories that were jumping out to me were the injuries of Matt Nichols in Ottawa, hasn't practiced for a week. Michael Riley in BC's just now come back. And her. And does it really matter that why Matt Nichols isn't playing? I guess he's standing there on the side of the field watching practice, but he's not throwing for the Ottawa Red Blacks. But the people really want to know what these guys' injuries are. And up until this year, I often said that it's none of your business. It's none your business. It's different now. CFL's all going to get rich off single game betting. So where do you it seems like the number one story in the CFL right now is injuries to veterans and the retirements. I don't see any other stories other than quarterback battles in certain markets where the starter isn't entrenched yet. But would it surprise you, Moose, that the listeners are gravitating to that? What's with this soreness, and why can't we get the exact wording of it? Because I don't really care.
I know. But here's, again, we reiterate this because the world is small. We live in this digital age. The NFL and the CFL are competing daily. And I don't know that we really realize that. The CFL is competing for your attention, for your money, for your viewership, for your ticket sales with the NFL every single day. And this is what we get from the NFL. We get details about the MCL, about the shoulder, about the soreness in the knee, about whatever the injury is. We get that on a daily basis. So we expect that from the CFL.
Right.
That's what it comes down to.
Okay. We're going to chat a little Packers football now with Packers-Browns alum, CFL 2, Tory Gurley. We might have to span this through 2 segments depending how the viewers, if they're gravitating with it, which I think they will. How you doing, Tory? It feels like a year since I've seen you. How are you, my friend?
I'm good, man. How are you guys doing over there?
Oh, we're great, and the football fans are salivating for your take on the latest of the Aaron Rodgers situation, and now Davante Adams wants out. Listen, these are your guys, Tory. What can you tell us about what's going on in Green Bay, and should we expect Aaron Rodgers to start in Week 1 for the Pack?
Right now, it's not looking promising. Kim and I had plans to go up there and catch a game and watch training camp. And if Aaron is not going to be there, then I have no reason to watch the Packers. And especially if Davante Adams wants to take a leave of absence as well, I feel sorry for that organization.
Yeah, so do you? How sorry do you feel for the organization? Was Mark Murphy the president when you were there, Tory?
Yes, it was Mark Murphy, Ted Thompson, and head coach was Mike McCarthy. And things were ran a lot smoother with having veteran players in the building. But now with Aaron being the oldest guy, it's just him.
That's my question. Where did this go wrong? That's what I want to know. That's what everybody wants to know from you. Where did this go so wrong with Aaron Rodgers? Because it seems irreparable.
I just feel like he wanted more input when it came to scouting and drafting. You know, being able to build a team around him. You know, they pick and choose their spots where they want to get guys, but Aaron really want to be hands-on if there's a wide receiver or a top free agent where they can really try to, bring in a guy to Green Bay.
Are you having some sound issues, Tory? Are you all right? Sounds like it's echoing. Oh, it's good now. Okay.
Yeah, it's echoing really bad.
Okay, how's it now? Is it fixed? Jordan tells me that it's fixed now. Are you good?
Yeah, it's fixed now. Yeah.
Okay. So there's the thing with Aaron Rodgers. So you're saying that it's irreparable. So where do they go from here, Tory?
I think he forces his hand and try to get out of there. But the thing about, an NFL team is as long as they have you under contract, they're going to make it extremely difficult. And what they could do is wait till camp is over with and then just kind of send them to another team. And that's going to be the hard part, because if you don't have OTAs and training camp with your teammates, regardless of how great you are as an individual, football is, it's a coordinated sport, and you got to have that chemistry with your teammates. And if you don't, Aaron is not going to look like himself. And, that stuff takes time.
What other NFL topics are coming up for you, Tori, these days? I mean, Aaron Rodgers was the number one. Training camps are next week. Do you have some thoughts on vaccinations? What's going on in Dallas? What's top of mind for you?
Yeah, I'm kind of blown away with the vaccination. I'm someone that's been vaccinated, fully vaccinated. And I know if I was playing in the NFL and if the owners asked me to do it to help take care of my family, like that would be something that I do, because every day when you put on that helmet and shoulder pads, you're risking your life. It's not guaranteed that you're going to be able to walk off that field under your own power. Like, that when it comes to being a football player. So if it came like, hey, I need to be vaccinated so I can go out, be with my teammates and put food on the table, I don't see why guys are trying to go against the grain, especially when players say, hey, they're doing research. Like, what research are you doing? Please be open about it. Let us know what chemistry or what med school you're going to get this information, because I just think guys are just saying they don't want to be vaccinated just because.
Which is what they're saying. I've seen psychologists say the biggest reason people aren't getting vaccinations is the attitude of, you're not going to tell me what to do. And so furthermore, off of that, how do you feel about the NFL saying this year, if there's a COVID outbreak forcing the postponement of a game, it'll be forfeited? Remember last year they did everything they could do to get the games in. Now they're saying we're not doing that. If there's an outbreak, that's your problem. You're not going to be paid. What's your thoughts on the NFL stance on that?
It's really forcing the hand of players to, push to be vaccinated, as well as the staff, like coaching staff and everyone, because there are different incentives in people's contracts. If you win, a certain amount of games, you can hit different bonuses. Now, if you're a guy that's banking on, your team making it to the playoffs and you don't make it to the playoffs because you had a forfeit, that hurts. When you start to tally up the money at the end of the year, you're like, man, we missed out on this. Or you might have a team who's jockeying for playoff position, and then, you have some guys that decide to, break the rules or whatever it is, break the protocol, and now the whole team is forced to deal with the consequences. And that's the thing about football. It's a team sport. So, I'm hoping those guys go out and, can get vaccinated so they can, somewhat be normal. Like, if you have the opportunity, because, when I was playing in Green Bay, and I'm from Charlotte, or from the Carolinas, and if we played the Panthers, like, I want to be able to see my family. Like, I don't want to be a guy that's stuck in the hotel for 2 days, or, if I'm, if we're playing Saskatchewan and, I want to see Garnet and Denise and Rod, I want to be able to enjoy them and, like, go out to eat and go to the keg before the game, because if not, I'm stuck in a hotel, literally just kind of sitting around waiting for, game day to come around, and that's just no fun at all.
That's what they're looking at right now, absolutely. So, question from Jeff, the Stamps fan. He says, if the Packers are a hot mess, who's the favorite in the NFC North right now?
I'm going to go with a dark horse team. I'm going to say the Chicago Bears. I spent a lot of time at Ohio State on the recruiting trail. I got a couple kids that's being recruited there, and I'm blown away by Justin Fields. And, I've been with Ryan Day, the head coach of Ohio State, and his quarterback coach. And I think this guy, Justin Fields, could be someone that turns that program around in Chicago, where they already have a top defense. And if he can just go out and keep the chains moving, and if Aaron isn't there, I think they would be the team that, go out and ultimately end up winning the NFC North, because, last year they beat Tom Brady and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. They went out there and beat them with Mitch Trubisky at quarterback. So imagine if you actually have someone that can, really help you win. Like, that team is dangerous if Justin Fields, catches on pretty quickly.
Listen, I got to ask you something, Tori, because you are a players guy. You're a players rep now. You saw Cam Akers last week going down with a torn Achilles. You've heard what's gone on in the Canadian Football League. What should we expect when training camps open next week, injury-wise, and how gingerly are coaches going to have to handle their drills to avoid serious injuries, do you think?
Yeah, it's scary. And Rod, you and I, we talked about this last year. You said, what's going to happen with players. And I was like, a lot of guys are going to get hurt, especially with the CFL taking that year off. It's hard to callous your body and prepare yourself for a season when there isn't a season. Like, there's only so much you can do. And, once you get out there on the field and you see your teammates and referees or whatever, that instinct kind of takes over where you're going from 0 to 100 miles an hour. And if your body isn't prepared for that, that's why you have these different, ligaments where they're torn and pop, and guys are just, you're out of football. And that's tough because football is already 100% injury rate. So, if I'm in the NFL and, I'm looking around, I just kind of take it easy, give my guys the opportunity to work on things. And from there, we slowly rev it up. But I wouldn't jump out there having my guys going full speed, because that, once guys get hurt, man, it really hurts your season.
Tori, lastly, it came up the other day about the barbecue that you had with us. What was it been, 2 years since you came here and cooked for us in the parking lot? I can't believe it. It was a horrible day for me. That was a great day, but my Jeep broke down. Remember that? Everything was hitting at once. You just soothed everything. You made great food and everything. And now you're so busy, I don't know when I'm going to see you in person again. Can you give me an update on your life?
Absolutely. Well, my wife, Kim, she's 6 months pregnant. TJ is going to be here in November. November 10th. So we're all enjoying that. I had the in-laws down, and hopefully, I've heard rumors of the border, opening this month, at the end of this month in July, 1st of August. And if so, we would love to get up to a game, or, we got to celebrate. We have a lot of things to do. And I think being on the grill and hanging out with some Rider fans, I think that'd be a hell of an opportunity to all, enjoy each other.
Well, it was memorable, because the fellas brought it up here the other day, so we can't wait to do it again. This time, we'll buy the food. Last time, it was all on you. I felt bad afterwards. But, Tori, thanks for the time as always. My best to Kim and little Tori Jr. coming. And let's do it again soon.
All right, thanks for having me.
The great Tory Gurley joining us, whom we were just talking about yesterday. I hope he doesn't mind me saying that he's become one of my closest friends. Best analyst on the continent, by the way.
Very, very good. Very good.
That's no fooling.
Yeah.
It's a Flame Tech Football Friday. We got a sports update coming up. Check the poll. Settle in. We're just getting rolling. It's the RP Show on the Game Plus TV network, YouTube, and Facebook Live, and 24-hour sports radio for Suds Full Service Car Wash at rodpedersen.com.
Have you subscribed to the Rod Pedersen Show YouTube channel yet? Head to youtube.com/The Rod Pedersen Show now.
At Capital Ford Lincoln, we don't just sell vehicles, we buy them too. You know how we always have such a big inventory with an amazing selection? That's because we buy all makes, all models, and all years. We're going to give you the best price every time. And you don't even have to buy from us. All you have to do is visit us online or in-store, answer a few questions about your vehicle, and we'll get you a great offer. We'll even cut you a check on the same day. So save yourself the hassles of selling privately and sell it to us. Because at Capital Ford Lincoln, we'll buy it.
Comfort has always been something we as people strive for. It means that the places we live and work, and that the people we care most about, are able to go about their lives focusing on the things that matter. Our focus at Flame Tech has remained the same for more than 20 years. Now more than ever, we need each other to support our local businesses. As an industry leader in combustion services, we are proud to attend to the needs of our communities and support the local economy.
People donate blood for moments like this.
But there are lots of reasons why Canada's Lifeline needs donors every day.
Like the fact that someone with leukemia can need up to 8 units of blood a week.
Or that donated blood lasts no longer than 42 days.
Or to help new moms and babies, like Henry.
There's lots of reasons to donate blood. That's why we need donors every day.
The need for blood is constant. Join Toyota and our Toyota dealers in supporting Canada's Lifeline.
At Prairie Mobile, you can get the phone you want when you want. All smartphones are $0 every day. With convenient locations across Saskatchewan, Prairie Mobile, your SaskTel authorized dealer, has you covered. Visit us online at prairiemobile.com.
Nestled in the scenic Qu'Appelle Valley, just 20 minutes northwest of Regina, is one of the finest golf courses in all of Saskatchewan, the Deer Valley Golf Club. The clubhouse has a full-service restaurant, and customers can enjoy a casual dining experience with spectacular views of the golf course and valley. A fully stocked golf shop, staffed by PGA of Canada professionals, is equipped to meet all of your golf apparel and equipment needs. Book your tee time, family event, or corporate tournament today at the Deer Valley Golf Club. Call 306-731-1445. In today's fast-paced world, we know you don't always have time to cook a nutritious meal. The Mad Greek in Moose Jaw's got you covered with delicious takeout and delivery specials, even for large groups or occasions. Authentic Greek cuisine, pizza, ribs, and more. There's something for everyone to enjoy. Offering licensed dining, delivery, and their takeout window is open to get your Greek to go. For more information and to view the online menu, visit themadgreekeatery.com.
Ultimate Fan Zone, taking our show on the road coast to coast. Shop online, ultimatefanzone.ca. Slick, user-friendly. We built this site for the die-hard sports fans. Jerseys, hats, team apparel, offering officially licensed fan gear from the best lines in sports. Nike, New Era, Adidas, Fanatics. Game day ready to your door. Now, just a click away. ultimatefanzone.ca or check us out on Facebook and Instagram. UFZ Downtown Moose Jaw, home of everything authentic.
Did you know you can catch all the best moments from the show on all our social media platforms? Now, back to the studio with Rod.
Welcome back, everybody. Flame Tech Football Friday continues. Great job by our crew around here. We had some tech issues, but we're rocking and rolling now. Ooh, feels good. How are you doing, Moose? Your phone's been going off like the president.
Yeah, I know. It's good. It's good.
Is it all good?
I operate better that way when things are moving fast and there's lots going on.
When alligators are nipping at your butt.
Oh,
That's the way you like it.
That's the way I like it.
I don't.
Yeah,
but
like
you
it.
do.
I do like it.
Hey, what we love about daytime sports talk is that what happened last night is so last night. You want to know what's gone on today?
Oh, yes.
Known as the Indians since 1915, Cleveland's Major League Baseball team will now be called the Guardians. The ball club announced the name change this morning, effective at the end of the 2021 season. With a video on Twitter narrated by actor and team fan Tom Hanks, the decision ends months of internal discussions triggered by a national reckoning by institutions and teams to drop logos and names considered racist. And there's a look at it. There's the Guardians, there's the logo, and you see the C in Cleveland that we've all become used to.
Yeah.
The poll question today for Capital Automall Universal Collision Center is this: how do we feel about the name Guardians? I'm locked out on my own phone. What do they say? Thumbs down by a narrow margin.
61%.
That's fairly narrow, huh?
Yeah.
On Twitter, it is 59% thumbs down. I'm a little shocked how many people like it. Serious.
Yeah.
Not exactly mean.
No.
But I get, what's the Yankees? Does that mean? No. Right? The Nationals? No. So we got to stay away from team names?
The Guardians.
Or sorry, animal names, I mean. I don't know.
The Guardians. Protect this house. Protect our... I don't know.
Well, you know what? They went with the least offensive name they possibly could.
Oh, yeah.
That's
what the angel wings. If you're not a God guy, then maybe
I'm an atheist. There's no afterlife. What?
Angels aren't real.
Jennifer's watching at the Four Seasons. She says, not a fan. I'm not really a fan either. But when you really think about it, the Blue Bombers dropping bombs, you're celebrating war. Make love, not war. You know what I mean? An alouette is a type of bird. That's offensive to all the other birds. You know?
It's not inclusive, yeah.
It's not inclusive.
To the other birds.
I don't
know if it's offensive, but it's not inclusive.
We have a mascot here, Ricky the iguana. It's offensive to all the other reptiles that they weren't represented. There's Ricky right there. Is Ricky the iguana going to be making an appearance at the local CFL team's inter-squad game tomorrow?
Alan?
We haven't thought about it. Where's Alan? Is Alan here today? Alan the intern? Yeah, you know what? Spend the weekend having a major league movie trilogy marathon. You know?
Mm-hmm.
Just because it's going away.
Oh, don't ban those movies. Do not ban those movies.
Well,
start pirating copies and store them somewhere.
Mike Blackbird, the Argos fan, says, guess we need a new major league movie now. Is Bob Uecker ready to get drunk? Probably. Jack in Alberta says a name of any team isn't racist unless used with racist intentions. Right. Sure, Eskimos wasn't meant to be insensitive and racist, but it's deemed now to be, and we've put that to bed. This is a topic from last year, which incidentally I brought up, so I apologize. This is on me. Remember, this is all we had to talk about last summer? It was horrible. It was horrible. Kevin Olenek watching on YouTube says, I'm a fan. The Guardians are the first two statues you see as you enter the city. I think it's very Cleveland. I figured there'd had to be some local Cleveland angle on that.
Okay.
But I didn't care enough to look it up.
Well, and it's funny. This is similar to what we did with the Kraken. At first didn't like it, and then you start to see the seaboard, and you hear the tail, and then you see the jerseys, and you start to like it. Maybe we'll like this. If the Guardians, what you see when you come into town and it's identifiable with the city of Cleveland, it might end up being a home run.
Troy in Toronto, Troy Colmer says, after years of discussion, the Guardians is the best they could come up with in that logo. Thumbs down on both choices. We all know you're never going to please everybody. So as Ricky Nelson sings, you got to please yourself. You probably don't know that song. Do. I'll send it to you later.
Okay.
Learn my lesson well. Garden Party. Look it up. I was in the middle of a sports update. A red-clad contingent of 30 athletes represented Canada in an understated opening ceremony at the Tokyo Olympics Friday morning. Led by flag bearers Miranda Aum and Nathan Hirayama, the small Canadian contingent walked out dressed in white pants and red jackets with a white maple leaf on the back and mandatory gray face masks. The Canadians waved to their fellow athletes already gathered on the stadium floor and the few people in the stands. They clapped and chanted, Canada, Canada, as they marched. Others took videos and selfies with their phones. Canada's contingent included tennis player Felix Auger-Aliassime. Did I say that right?
Felix Auger-Aliassime.
Close enough. But was otherwise light on star power, as many athletes were unavailable to participate due to being close to competition or not yet being in Japan. And from our friends in the CEBL, how about this? How about this? A pull-up three-pointer by Kemi Aussie proved to be the dagger as the Saskatchewan Rattlers earned their first win of the season, 86-83, 86-83 over the Guelph Nighthawks in CEBL play. Can you hit it again, Rick Regan?
How about that?
There you go. The Rattlers had 5 players scoring double digits.
What did I say yesterday? They're going to
win, right.
I didn't say they were going to win last night, but I said they would get a win.
With the win, the Saskatchewan Rattlers improved to 1-9 and continues to chase the 6th-place Nighthawks for the final playoff spot. Tonight in the CEBL, Hamilton is at Fraser Valley. Watch on CEBL Plus, CBC Gem, or Twitch. This sports update for the Tap Brewhouse and Drive-Through Liquor Store and for Red Bull Canada. Red Bull gives you wings. I feel like we're now in the flow. Everybody's on the same page. We're in the flow. We'll continue that next segment and viewer takeover. You are watching the RP Show on the Game Plus TV network, YouTube and Facebook Live, and sports radio for Suds Full Service Car Wash at rodpedersen.com.
Have you subscribed to the Rod Pedersen Show YouTube channel yet? Head to youtube.com/The Rod Pedersen Show now.
Capital is Regina's trusted Ford Lincoln dealership. Whether you're on the market for a new or pre-owned vehicle, we got you covered. And when it's time for service work, you can trust our factory-trained technicians who specialize in repairing any make or model. But don't take our word for it. Check out capitalfordlincoln.com to see how we roll and to learn about what other customers are saying about working with us. Your dealership experience should be fun, easy, and transparent. And that's what you get when you choose Capital Ford Lincoln, Regina's trusted Ford Lincoln dealership.
We started Suds Car Wash in 2003.
There's a bit of us in every part of the business. I've been working here since I was about 10 years old. Hard to believe it's been 12 years since. Working with my family has been great. My mom and dad have taught us the importance of hard work. I've been here since I was 10 years old, and my dad has taught me a lot about quality work.
From all of us at Suds Car Wash, we make your car shine.
Some of the challenges we face with the CT technology that we have today is some of the deficiencies in around integration with some of our other systems. The addition of 2 new 4D simulators within the programming of the Saskatchewan Cancer Agency is going to have significant impact on the care we provide to the people of Saskatchewan.
Bronco Plumbing and Heating, proudly serving Regina and surrounding areas since 1978. We are excited to announce the new Bryant Furnace Trade-in Allowance Program. If you have a working Bryant furnace, 15 years old or less, you may be eligible to receive a new furnace at a discounted rate. If you'd like to take advantage of the Bryant Trade-in Program, or to hear how we can help improve your home, give us a call today at 306-781-2090.
Direct West provides us with stats and analytics, and it's amazing for us to look and see that each year we're 10 to 20% higher on our Google leads. It's great to see the success that our locations are having. The Direct West app gives us an opportunity to be in one place for people to find any of our locations or our commodities. Without Direct West, we would have to be in multiple digital places. I would recommend Direct West. They're great to work with.
At Prairie Mobile, you can get the phone you want when you want. All smartphones are $0 every day. With convenient locations across Saskatchewan, Prairie Mobile, your SaskTel authorized dealer, has you covered. Visit us online at prairiemobile.com.
Business owners and marketers. Okay, we know you think we're pretty cool. That's why we want you to share in the coolness factor. Partner with the Rod Pedersen Show and market your business every weekday to sports lovers just like yourself. Take advantage of our many cost-effective commercial and promotional opportunities. Tell the world about your business. Yes, the world. Thanks to Game Plus TV and the Rod Pedersen Digital Network. Contact us today and find out how you can be a part of Canada's fastest-growing sports talk show, The Rod Pedersen Show.
Send us your opinions now. We won't victimize you unless you really deserve it. Now, back to your host, Rod Pedersen.
All right, welcome back, everybody. And I want to say a special hello to everybody watching on Game Plus Television Network, because I know that we're large in the seniors' homes all across the country, on your cable carriers there. And you folks can't wait for us to get on the air every day. I just want you to know that I take it very seriously, educating these young pups around here. So they had no idea about the song Garden Party by Ricky Nelson, so I called it up on YouTube and I played it, and you loved it, didn't you?
Of course. I said, that's a paddleboard song. I'll just sit there and float and listen.
And he thinks Ricky Nelson looks like Ron Duguay.
Kind of.
I'm not discounting that, by the way. Clark tells me that Ron Duguay will be on the show on Monday.
I thought he meant Ricky Nelson was going to be on the show.
Ricky Nelson's going to be on. How about that? Serious? I love Ricky Nelson. I used to sit and listen to that song over and over and over again, Garden Party. Now you know why.
Yeah.
How about that? I don't feel that old, but I guess I'm that old. Guardians. Who knew that that's where this show would go when we took the off-ramp to Crazy Town today? We're supposed to be talking football. I think we covered at the start that the biggest story in the CFL right now is injuries to veteran players. Not a lot of them, But Mike Riley, Andrew Harris, Matt Nichols, that's the story. We're still a couple of weeks away from week 1, okay? So we can't get all geeked up and shoot our wad on coverage right now on a prediction show. Let's just chill. So Mick Gonzalez is watching in Toledo, where they carry Game Plus on the Buckeye cable system. He says, the Guardians, huh? Yet another reason they're called the Mistake by the Lake. That's from Mick. And by the way, he hosts a show called The Cheap Seats on ESPN Radio in Toledo. Haven't been on that for a while. Mick, let's go. Did you lose my number? So apparently Guardians is a Cleveland thing. And producer Clark has dug up the photo of the Guardians at the entrance of the city. I got to get to Cleveland, man. That looks like Quicken Loans Arena in the background. Oh, yeah. The one that says Quicken Loans Arena. Way to go, Rod.
Good job, Rod. Way to be all over that one.
Very observant of you, Rod. So that's the Guardians. Okay. I'm getting it.
Oh, and you see the thing on the side of the helmet there. It kind of looks like the angel wings on the side of the G. So there's some similarities. I see it. Okay.
It's a Cleveland thing.
The Guardians are protecting.
But you know what's also a Cleveland thing? The Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. How about if they'd made it the Cleveland Rock and Rollers? That's something I could get behind.
Yeah.
Or the Cleveland Rock Stars. Whatever. It's probably a little late now. Tacona Powley watching in Winnipeg says, Rod, is Toledo more the size of Winnipeg?
How about that?
You got to love the P1s, right? They carry stuff from day to day.
Oh, yeah.
Google it.
I know.
Why do I got to be Wikipedia every day? But it's okay. Mandy in Edmonton, the big Elks fan, says, Riley got injured? See, that's the thing. Keep it here. Where else are you going to get this news? Now, having said that, I stole it from 3 Down.
That's one place you
But between us and 3 Down, we got you covered for CFL News. And no, he didn't get hurt. He just had soreness, which incidentally, so did I. But at this point, they don't have to. We got 2 minutes. You had something you want to say about NFL injury reporting.
Yeah,
90 seconds.
We can put that up if you want.
Yeah.
The photo. Just so you understand, when the CFL is reporting injuries, and when we get into betting, this is what the expectation is. This is an NFL injury report. This is Tennessee Titans. So you see all the players down the left side. You see what the injury is. Not injury related. Knee, ankle, hip, knee/head, shoulder, knee, all the way down. And then it shows Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Monday did not practice, limited practice, full practice. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. It goes all the way through. And you know exactly what it is. So not injury related. So Kevin Byard there was away these days, played these days. So you can make accurate predictions when you're trying to bet and have all the information. So when we talk about where the CFL needs to go to really capture an invested betting audience, that's the type of injury reporting that's going to have to be mandated to the clubs. Guaranteed it's not mandated now, but that will be what needs to be filled out moving forward if the CFL is going to capture a large betting audience.
Thanks for looking that up.
Yeah.
So, as I say, how do you keep a monkey in suspense? I'll tell you after the break. Jeff, the Stamps fan, writes in and says, Rod, maybe you can shed a light on a rumor I heard for at least the 5th time yesterday. In 2015, prior to hiring Chris Jones, did the Riders try to buy out Huff's contract in the range of $1 million? I know all about that. Woo. I was part of it. We'll talk about it after the break.
Head to youtube.com/The Rod Pedersen Show now. You gotta subscribe. Click the subscribe button for all the content you may have missed.
At Prairie Mobile, you can get the phone you want when you want. All smartphones are $0 every day. With convenient locations across Saskatchewan, Prairie Mobile, your SaskTel authorized dealer, has you covered. Visit us online at prairiemobile.com.
Nestled in the scenic Qu'Appelle Valley, just 20 minutes northwest of Regina, is one of the finest golf courses in all of Saskatchewan, the Deer Valley Golf Club. The clubhouse has a full-service restaurant, and customers can enjoy a casual dining experience with spectacular views of the golf course and valley. A fully stocked golf shop, staffed by PGA of Canada professionals, is equipped to meet all of your golf apparel and equipment needs. Book your tee time, family event, or corporate tournament today at the Deer Valley Golf Club. Call 306-731-1445.
Comfort has always been something we as people strive for. It means that the places we live and work, and that the people we care most about, are able to go about their lives focusing on the things that matter. Our focus at FlameTech has remained the same for more than 20 years. Now more than ever, we need each other to support our local businesses. As an industry leader in combustion services, we are proud to attend to the needs of our communities and support the local economy.
Universal Collision Center is Saskatchewan's premier auto body shop. Our extensive process ensures that every vehicle that comes through our state-of-the-art facilities is returned pre-accident condition, and that every UCC customer experience is an easy one. We're certified to repair all makes, all models, and all luxury brands, and Universal Auto Spa offers full-service detailing packages to suit you and your vehicle. Plus, we're the official body shop of your Saskatchewan Rough Riders. Universal Collision Center, 3910 Rochdale Boulevard and 2355 First Avenue in Regina.
People donate blood for moments like this.
But there are lots of reasons why Canada's Lifeline needs donors every day.
Like the fact that someone with leukemia can need up to 8 units of blood a week.
Or that donated blood lasts no longer than 42 days.
Or to help new moms and babies, like Henry.
There's lots of reasons to donate blood. That's why we need donors every day.
The need for blood is constant. Join Toyota and our Toyota dealers in supporting Canada's Lifeline.
Hey, Rod Squad, now you can join the team with your very own RP Show gear. Head to rodpedersenshop.com and get yours today while supplies last. It's just like we wear on the show, official RP Show gear at rodpedersenshop.com.
The new deal for the Canadian Hockey League with TSN and CBC. Well, I think it's amazing. Oh! The CHL's going home to TSN. And the fact that CBC's jumping into the pool. What decade is this? The 1970s?
I know.
When sports broadcasting in Canada was king? You people, you need to rally and watch the games because you love them anyways. It's Canada, for God's sakes.
This is the Rod Pedersen Show.
You betcha. This is the time of the show, the part of the show that we call the second half kickoff. And it's proudly presented by the Four Seasons Sports Palace. It's the Ritz-Carlton of sports bars. And you're home of the Seattle Kraken fan club. And boy, do we have a nice turnout the other night for our expansion draft watch party. It was a lot of fun.
Oh, yeah.
The picks were all spoiled, of course, but the highlight was the ribs, the pizza, and the company. The Four Seasons Sports Palace. Also, you're home for the UFC. Big event this weekend again. Man, they come fast.
Oh, I know.
So we settle on in to hour two. Last hour, we had Tory Gurley with us. Green Bay Packers, Cleveland Browns alum, plus a few CFL teams to give us the latest on the Aaron Rodgers situation. It's falling apart. We were having some tech issues in hour one, so I didn't really quite get. He does not predict Aaron Rodgers will be starting in week 1 in Green Bay, right?
That's right.
Training camp's opening next week, and he's not going to be there. So if you missed it, you're going to want to go back and watch that. Later on this hour, Milt Stegall will join us, a man who needs no introduction, but I'll introduce him anyways. Canadian Football Hall of Famer, Winnipeg Blue Bombers legend, now on the CFL on TSN. He'll be joining us to talk the latest CFL things. Mandy in Edmonton's watching. She says, I don't have time to be scrolling Twitter anymore, so I'm coming to my favorite place here for all my updates. I appreciate that, and we'll give them to you. That's where she learned that Michael Riley is back in camp with the BC Lions. He was out for a while with soreness, and that's what's keeping Matt Nichols off the field in Ottawa, their number one quarterback. Let's not get concerned about veteran players in the CFL battling soreness 2 weeks into training camp with 2 more weeks to go before they actually start making money. Can you blame them? Not a bit.
No.
William, watching in Lloydminster, Canada's only border city, says, what do you people think about the new Edmonton Elk jerseys? I'm like, meh. Very similar to Green Bay, but Edmonton's jerseys have always been very similar to Green Bay. So what do we think?
Nothing.
Nah.
Yeah.
Good for them.
Their colors have always been good.
Speaking of Lloyd, Nate in North Battleford writes in, he says, good morning, RP Show. Lots of talk yesterday about where Braden Holtby is from. The correct answer is Marshall, Saskatchewan. It's about 10 minutes east of Lloyd on Highway 16. They have a beautiful new sign that says, home of Braden Holtby, that you can see as you pass on the highway. The mural on the train bridge you referred to, exiting Lloyd, is nice, but this new sign in Marshall is stunning. I bet, huh? Well, if Braden Holtby's from your town, he deserves something like that.
That's what they used to say in Elfrost about Randall Gelich when he went to the Detroit Red Wings organization. Never became a household name there, but he's from Elfrost. It's like 300 people. But they always said he was from Wynyard, 2,000 people, right? Mm-hmm. And that just infuriated the people of Elfrost, right? And they wanted to make sure all the bios said from Wynyard. And he was actually from Elfrost.
That is such a corner gas story.
Yeah.
Right there.
Oh, yeah. But it sounds like
I was talking to somebody the other day that just loves corner gas, owns the DVD, watches. I'm like, I watched 5 minutes and stopped. What's funny about this? This is the way I grew up. Wait, they're making fun of us now? Of course, I took it. I got defensive, but I'm like, what's funny about this? This is our life. My life is 1 part corner gas, 1 part Letterkenny, 1 part Last Chance U. That's my life. Not complaining. For some reason, they all want to turn them into TV shows. Closed captioner guys watching from the Game Plus television network, closed captioner guy, regarding the new name of the Cleveland Indians. They just dropped it this morning, didn't even tell their players that we're now going to be called the Cleveland Guardians. So closed captioner guy writes in and says, personally, I'm in favor of more teams named in reference to transit infrastructure. Can't wait for the Washington high-speed rail. I know. What other teams named after high transit? Like the Washington Bullets were named after bullets, but like there's a bullet train.
Yeah.
There's the locomotive, the Chattanooga Choo-Choos. It's a minor league baseball team. Come on, let's go. What teams can we think of that are named after transit? Blue Bombers. Planes would qualify as transit. The Jets. Way to go, Clark.
That's good.
Clark wins. Well, my Chattanooga Choo-Choo is pretty good.
That was good. That was out of nowhere. Can you imagine? Imagine the Cleveland baseball player walking out of the team store with 4 or 5 bags of gear for his family. He's going to send. Wait a second. We're not the Indians anymore. I just dropped like $1,000 on gear.
It's nice gear. It's nice what they had.
No, it is for sure.
From Bo Hulverson, he says, LMAO, Edmonton LRT. From Taylor Mountain, watching on Facebook, did any player's hometown get mentioned more than Patrick Marleau? Aneroid? You ever been through Aneroid?
Yeah.
Have you?
Yeah.
It's like 50 people from there.
I know.
I was going down, driving to Great Falls, Montana, the home of the Dickinson boys and Ryan Leaf, and I stopped in Aneroid to use the washroom.
That's when I drove through coming home through there.
Regarding the Guardians, Metal Shingle Guy writes in and he says, I guess the New York Guardians don't own the name. You can always get around that stuff, right?
Mm-hmm.
Look at the Golden Knights. Isn't the UCF, University of Central Florida, they're called the Golden Knights too, right? The Knights for sure. I think it's the Golden Knights. I think they write them a check. It all goes away. Anyways, Jeff the Stamps fan wanted to know, and by the way, why is this rumor coming up now? that the riders approached John Hufnagel back into 2015. And I'll never forget, because the Rider Brain Trust called a meeting with me in, I want to say, October of 2015. Go back and look at the schedule. We were in Hamilton. And we were in a booth in the Honest Lawyer. It's a pub in downtown Hamilton. And the Rider Brain Trust asked me what I knew about the Calgary Stampeders situation, and if I thought John Hufnagel would at least listen to an offer to come to Saskatchewan. And I said, absolutely. I had just been with Huff less than a year prior to that and had some talks. I said, I think he'd listen. Huff's a smart guy.
Of course.
He'd be dumb not to listen. So I believe the Riders did go to him and offer to buy out his contract. And I don't know what happened on the Calgary end, other than I believe Huff said, I'm happy here. But I guess, is that breaking news that Huff was the Riders' first choice at that time? Would that be huge news now? Who cares? 6 years ago.
It could be a lot of people's first choice.
Yeah.
Right?
So then they went to Chris Jones and stole their entire coaching staff from the Edmonton Eskimos, who had just won the Grey Cup. But yes, I can confirm the rumor that the Rough Riders were willing to buy out his contract with the Calgary Stampeders and give him the keys to the castle in Saskatchewan. Huff wanted to stay in Calgary. I'm confident and comfortable telling that story because I know enough about it. They approached him and Huff said, thanks. He was flattered, but he really loves Calgary and he gets paid really well. And he's got the keys to the castle there. He just wasn't interested in leaving. But I remember being in South Florida in early December of 2015. And I had a driver. You know, I always tell you about my drivers.
Yeah.
This guy was a twin of Jamie Heward. Clark, can you Google a photo of Jamie Heward and put it on the screen for those that don't know who he is, the Henderson Silver Knights assistant coach? He looked, don't matter. He looks the same.
He hasn't changed.
He hasn't changed in 20 years. Clark just said, current picture or old picture. Don't matter. He hasn't changed. So my driver, and we were driving down the A1A. I've told you about that, right? Mm-hmm. Around Fort Lauderdale area. And he's like, so what do you do? And I said, I'm a voice of a pro football team in Canada. And he's like, oh, what kind of year did you have? I said, crappy. He looked just like that, but he wasn't in a suit. He was in a golf shirt, Bermuda shorts, and flip-flops. The driver, that is.
Yeah.
Which, incidentally, Huey would have been wearing too. But anyways, he goes, what kind of year did you have? I said, terrible. Awful. Worst in the league. But we just stole the entire coaching staff of the team that won the championship. He goes, oh, who are they? I said, the Edmonton Eskimos. He goes, so you just stole their whole coaching staff? Yeah. He's like, that's kind of hokey. now that you say it, yeah, it is. Whatever.
It's funny because that's how they see it from the outside. Really? You can just do that? Can you imagine? We just took Bill Belichick and his whole coaching staff, but they did it. Offered him more money, offered him a better position, more control, more power. Mm-hmm.
I'm interested and actually quite proud of myself that we have not dabbled in much COVID talk today, nor vaccinations. And I think I'm going to keep it that way, actually. Other than John Ohm in Winnipeg watching. He says, I got out to the car races last night. Double vaccinated, only admitted. It was very cool and loud. My gosh, our car race is loud.
Yes.
Woo, I didn't even tell you. It's 11:11. I didn't even tell you. When I was in Estevan the other night at the Motor Speedway, first race, 2 laps in, Jordan, a tire flies off the guy's car and goes dunk, 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 right into the, like almost into the crowd.
Because it would go dunk, 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 dunk.
Yeah, because people, they didn't know, as we say, whether to crap or go blind. They didn't know whether to cry or wind their watch. They froze.
How about that?
Right? Yeah. And the thing went, and the fence, I want to say, was a wire fence, probably about 6 feet high. And it went into the fence. But here's what I realized about racing. And for the new viewers, you don't understand. I was never into racing until last year with the pandemic when I was looking for something to do. I went to the races and I just fell in love with it. Not just the constant, that was great for a squirrel like me, but the smell of the burnt fuel.
Oh, yeah.
And the wonderful concession and the type of people that are there. They're people that I've never been around in my entire life. They're cool. I'm like, this is a whole new segment of society that I didn't even know existed.
Yeah.
I think if I went to a garage on a regular Monday to Friday, I would have found those people.
Yeah.
But this was the first time. So now I can't get enough of it. I'm not really sure what my point was, other than I love auto racing. And I guess, so you got to be double vaccinated anywhere in Winnipeg to go. And can we spend 60 seconds on vaccinations just with this? Tori said it great last hour. Let him say it. You'll come after me for saying I'm double vaccinated and say something, but you won't say it about Tori. Why do I need to be afraid of telling anybody that I have 2 vaccinations? Are you scared to tell people?
No, I have both.
What's the problem? I'm not sure how far I want to go down this road because I don't want to start a holy war on whether we should get vaccinated or not. But Tacona Powley in Winnipeg says, Rod, can I ask a vaccine question? No. How about no? What we are going to do, though, what we are going to do right now is we're going to talk about, come on, Canada's bet if the Seattle Kraken will win the Stanley Cup. We got a graphic that we're going to put up here. I can tell you right now, if you place a $10 bet with Come On Official, our official betting partner, and the Seattle Kraken win the Stanley Cup next year in 2022, you will win $510. The Colorado Avalanche right now are the odds-on favorites to win the Stanley Cup, which surprises me a lot.
Why does that surprise you?
Because they were nowhere close to winning the Stanley Cup or even being in the final last year.
I know. But when you look at the team on paper, they're going to be right back in the same position, near the top of the standings again. So instantly they've got a great shot. But what surprises me on this list is look at Winnipeg. Not really favored a whole lot more than Seattle. Same with Calgary. Vancouver has the same odds as Seattle to win the Stanley Cup. And you look at Chicago and LA, and there's a few other teams on that list that aren't pictured here that have worse odds than the Seattle Kraken to win the Stanley Cup.
I totally get it. Well, you know what they are. Chicago Blackhawks, LA Kings, Arizona Coyotes, the Ducks, Sharks, Senators. All of California has worse odds than the Seattle Kraken to win the Stanley Cup. The Devils, the Blue Jackets, the Red Wings, and the Sabres. So it's basically an incredibly enticing bet to go lay down $10 at Come On Official on the Seattle Kraken. I'm not saying that I would do it, but as you know my rule of thumb, I don't bet on my own team, ever.
That's right.
You do. From time to time.
No, not on my team. Okay. If anything, I'll bet against my team. That's the one thing I would do. But there's some really good, interesting odds, depending on who you think has a shot. Because this is the season to place your NHL bets and take your chance.
And now's the time.
Now is the time to do it, because last year we were sitting here and I said, look, there's a couple of dark horse teams I would take a flyer on because their odds are really low. Like, people don't think they're going to win. The odds makers don't even think they're going to make the playoffs. And the 2 teams I picked, Florida, who ended up being really good and had a really good shot, and Buffalo, because I saw their roster and I liked it. Well, one didn't pan out, but the other one kind of did. Find those value picks right now, teams that are at the bottom that you think will be better than the odds makers think right now, and that's when you can win some money. If you wait till the season starts to find out if the team's going to be good or not, you won't get this kind of value betting. So this is the time to go to Come On and place your bets.
Download the app. Go to their website, comeon.com. Do it over the weekend as we're talking hockey. By the way, the NHL Draft Round 1 goes tonight. We'll talk about that a little later on. But the ageless and peerless Milt Stegall, the Turtle Man, joins us next to talk a little CFL on this Flame Tech Football Friday. Flame Tech is your industry leader in combustion services. You're watching on the Game Plus television network, YouTube and Facebook Live, and 24-hour sports radio for Suds Full Service Car Wash at rodpedersen.com.
Head to youtube.com/The Rod Pedersen Show now. You gotta subscribe. Click the subscribe button for all the content you may have missed.
At Prairie Mobile, you can get the phone you want when you want. All smartphones are $0 every day. With convenient locations across Saskatchewan, Prairie Mobile, your SaskTel authorized dealer, has you covered. Visit us online at prairiemobile.com.
Bronco Plumbing and Heating, proudly serving Regina and surrounding areas since 1978. We are excited to announce the new Bryant Furnace Trade and Allowance Program. If you have a working Bryant furnace, 15 years old or less, you may be eligible to receive a new furnace at a discounted rate. If you'd like to take advantage of the Bryant Trade-In Program, or to hear how we can help improve your home, give us a call today at 306-781-2090.
We started Suds Car Wash in 2003.
There's a bit of us in every part of the business. I've been working here since I was about 10 years old. Hard to believe it's been 12 years since. Our parents always taught us about the importance of quality of work and friendly service. And here at Suds Car Wash, we're a family-run business, so it's really important that our customers feel like family.
From all of us at Suds Car Wash, we make your car shine.
At Capital GMC, we don't just sell vehicles, we buy them too. You know how we always have such a big inventory with an amazing selection? That's because we buy all makes, all models, and all years. We're going to give you the best price every time. And you don't even have to buy from us. All you have to do is visit us online or in-store, answer a few questions about your vehicle, and we'll get you a great offer. We'll even cut you a check on the same day. So save yourself the hassles of selling privately and sell it to us. Because at Capital GMC, we'll buy it.
Rockstar Supply Chain Solutions is Saskatchewan's only full-service supply chain company. Strategic sourcing, PO creation, and order expediting, VMI and vending solutions, and free delivery are just a few of the supply chain services we provide. If your company needs it, Rockstar Supply Chain Solutions can get it for you. Price, quality, service, Rockstar Supply Chain Solution is helping Saskatchewan companies buy better.
Business owners and marketers. Okay, we know you think we're pretty cool. That's why we want you to share in the coolness factor. Partner with the Rod Pedersen Show and market your business every weekday to sports lovers just like yourself. Take advantage of our many cost-effective commercial and promotional opportunities. Tell the world about your business. Yes, the world. Thanks to Game Plus TV and the Rod Pedersen Digital Network. Contact us today and find out how you can be a part of Canada's fastest-growing sports talk show, The Rod Pedersen Show.
Laid back and kicking it, let's head back to the studio. Here's Rod.
Big day in sports. Welcome back, everybody, to a Flame Tech Football Friday. Tori Gurley was with us last hour, dropping some knowledge on the National Football League. And in a moment, the ageless Milt Stegall will join us. And I've just called up his Wikipedia here. 92-94 with the Bengals, 95 with the Packers, 95-08 with the Winnipeg Blue Bombers, as you know. And you may, I told Milt this, he may or may not remember. He was my daughter's favorite player for years and years and years. Did I ever tell you that? He was my daughter's favorite player. 9-time CFL All-Star, Most Outstanding Player Award winner, Tom Pate Memorial Award, Blue Bombers Hall of Fame, Canadian Football Hall of Fame in 2012. And folks, y'all love him. Get your questions in now, whether it be the Prairie Mobile text line or on YouTube or Facebook, because we get to the end of the interview, then all the questions come in and we run out of time. So let's bring in the great Milt Stegall now. I always like seeing his face. How you doing, Milt?
I'm doing great. How about yourself?
Yeah, always good. 100%, of course. I opened my eyes this morning, so it was a win, Milt. Hey,
there you go.
You're an Ohio guy. So tell me, please, your thoughts on the name Cleveland Guardians.
I have no idea what you're talking about. Maybe I haven't been watching enough TV. I'm like, okay.
Just this morning, the Cleveland Indians announced they're changing their name to the Cleveland Guardians. They dropped it they dropped it like an hour and a half ago. So, yeah, no time like the present. How do you feel about the name Cleveland Guardians?
I mean, I like it better than the Indians, of course. So, but the Guardians, hey, if it works for those folks in Cleveland, and hopefully no one from Cleveland is listening to this because that's one of the worst cities in the world, but I'll leave it at that. But if it works for those folks in Cleveland, I say go with it. I'm from Cincinnati, so we're south of Cleveland. But if it works for Cleveland, I say go with it. But I think it's good that they finally made that change, and hopefully there are other organizations who are also in the line or who are doing what they were doing will also follow suit and make the change soon. So good job for the Cleveland Gardeners. I love it.
That's funny because that's like asking somebody from Hamilton what they think about the Argos' new logo. Okay, I get it. Hey, Mel, we are a couple of weeks away from week 1 in the Canadian Football League, but we're 2 weeks into training camp. What are the stories that have grabbed your eye here since the camps opened?
Well, I think the main one, and it's near and dear to me because we're talking about my Bombers, is the health of Andrew Harris. They haven't come out and said exactly what his injury is. I think he's back now doing some running. I don't know if he's back to full practicing, but, I mean, that has to be a concern because that team, I mean, they're in a position to go back again, but their two most important positions, Andrew Harris and, of course, the quarterback, Zach, we just don't know if they're going to make it the entire year. I mean, Andrew has done it, but Zach, of course, hadn't done it in the past. So there's two concerns right there. Also, in Hamilton, the quarterback situation, we haven't heard who's going to be the starter there. I mean, either one of those guys have shown in the past that they can be a starting quarterback because that team, and I think they are the favorite right now to not only go to the Grey Cup, but win the Grey Cup. And it's going to be a lot of it's going to depend on their quarterback play. So I think those are the two main stories right now. There are so many out there that we could talk about. And I guess number one is that the fact that we aren't talking about it and we're going to have a season. So I think everyone involved is happy for that.
Yeah, that's the good news, of course. And to be honest with you, I'm hearing the behind-the-scenes stories and what a nightmare it is in terms of COVID protocol, making sure guys don't get hurt, right, in terms of tailoring your drills to not have any more serious injuries. But can you imagine, Milt, not having preseason games? Can you imagine? Like, did you make those NFL rosters based on your play in the preseason? This is unfair to the players. No. Nobody's fault, but you know what I mean, though. Nobody's fault there's no preseason, but a major hindrance to the normal mechanism of a training camp.
Without a doubt. And you think about the younger guys who are really on the bubble. That's when they make the team. That's when they can make a name for themselves. And I know it personally. When I first got to the CFL, no one knew who I was. So I needed those preseason games, and I needed every single second of those preseason games in the NFL. So it's unfortunate, and I know teams are having inter-squad scrimmages, but inter-squad scrimmages don't match up to preseason games. There's nothing else like it. You getting your opportunity. You could be the greatest practice player or training camp player in the world, but when those lights come on, when you're playing against someone who's also trying to make a team, who's hungry, who's on the opposing team, that's when you really can find out what type of player you have. So it's unfortunate because there may be some GMs or some head coaches who miss out on some good players because they didn't get to see them in that game situation. Because myself, and I'm sure every other player, have been around guys where you see them in practice and you're like, this guy can't play, but you get him in that game situation, those lights come on, and you see a different type of player. So it's unfortunate we don't have those games, but hopefully they are able to keep the best players based on what they see in training camp.
Okay, here come the viewer questions on cue, or comments. Mandy Donald in Edmonton says, don't forget to mention most handsome panelist. You and Dunnigan ever arm wrestle over that? Or
whoa. There's no dispute that. I mean, I'm first, and who's ever second, they're far second. So Dunnigan, Sanchez, I mean, even Kate Burton, she's on there now. So, and Kate doesn't look, she's a nice looking young lady, but she still doesn't look as good as me. So I'm number one, and you can pick whoever you want to be second. So it doesn't
Milton, Dunnigan would say the exact same thing. And two, you forgot Jim Barker. You forgot to put Jim Barker.
My man Jim. I forgot Jim. And you know what? I love Jim so much. We have a great relationship. We forced Jim to change his outfits because when he first came in for that night in 2018, some of his suits looked like they were from 1935, 1940. So we forced him to up his game, and now he's up to par, and I'm looking to work with Jim again. He's such a great man. He has so much knowledge. He brings he comes from a different angle, being a GM, head coach, assistant coach. He comes from a different angle. So I'm definitely happy and excited to work with Jim again.
Oh, I know. I can't wait to see you guys on again. And speaking of, we got to throw some flowers at the feet of Rod Smith, who's moving into the play-by-play booth. And as you mentioned, Kate taking over. So obviously Rod's got to be excited about that.
Yes, and he's wanted to do that for years. Early on in his career, he knew that it would be difficult having a young family, but his kids are grown and graduated from college. I think his youngest, his daughter, is maybe a senior. So this is something he wanted to do. We love having him on the panel. He was perfect for it, but he's going to be even better out there. I mean, Rod he's a special talent. He loves the game so much, and more than that, he's just a great person. I'm going to miss having him around because he's such a great person. But Kate, she's worked with us before. She's going to step in and do a great job. So, both of those individuals are great, and they're going to be great for the CFL once again this upcoming season.
Oh, yeah, no kidding. I said yesterday that I just feel good watching Kate on, no matter what she's talking about, NBA, CFL, you name it. She's so good. Oh, boy, there's a lot of great questions here, Milt. I could keep you for hours. Mike in Toronto says, if Milt owned the Argos, what would he do to get fans to come out to the games? Have you thought about that?
I would have to unretire. I mean, you bring me back on the field, they'll come. I would have to. I could give you maybe 4 or 5 plays, but that's just about it. I mean, it's a difficult sell. Even when they were good, they didn't. Many fans didn't come out. I mean, it definitely helps when you are playing well, but they have to promote those players more. They have to get them out in the community more. Maybe they are doing it. Maybe Pinball and those guys are doing it. But they have to get their faces out there. They have to go out there and grind like no other, because all you need is, if you could get 18, 19 average stat in that big city, I mean, that would be big for the Argos. I know it's easier said than done because it hasn't happened, but they have to get those main faces out there and sell that product. Because if you don't, I mean, if you think just because you're winning, because it's shown in the past that fans are going to come out, it's not going to happen. You got to get out and grind and get in the faces of those young individuals. And I think they have an opportunity to get some decent crowds.
Darren in Salt Lake City, Utah wants to know. And happy Pioneer Day, by the way, Darren in Utah. He says, does Milt think there will be multiple injuries early in the season?
Ooh, man, that's a tough one. If I was a betting man, I would just have to say yes. And I hate to answer that with that question with that answer, but these guys just haven't played football. They just haven't played football. Yeah, they're going through training camp, but when you get in that game situation and you think you're Superman and you can do you can leap tall buildings and all that stuff, those injuries are going to happen. I hate to say it, but they are going to happen. Let's hope they're not season ending or guys are out for multiple games, but we're going to see some injuries early on. Another thing we may see is not so great of football. There may be some sloppiness involved, and I think that'll roll over or get, after the first or second game. But early on, I mean, these guys just haven't been on the football field. We have to expect that there's going to be some sloppy play, especially if you got a younger team. I hate to say it, but a team like Ottawa, Paul LaPolice is a great coach, but he's dealing with some young cats. So there's going to be some sloppy play early on, and let's hope they get it ironed out sooner than later.
Well, you know what, Milt, I wish we could sit and go have a coffee and talk about this, because like, it's one thing, drop passes, missed tackles, blown assignments for sure. But in Saskatchewan, with all these injuries, retirements, you saw Brendan Labatt going to take the year off. It's a patchwork offensive line. You blow an assignment there and miss a block, and Cody Fajardo gets killed. It's your season. That's kind of what they're looking at here, right?
Yeah, it's difficult. It's difficult. And if you don't have a quarterback in this league, you don't have a chance to win. You have to have that veteran quarterback who's seen it all, and Cody Fajardo is that guy. So I'm sure they're going to go all out to make sure they protect him. Even if it's taken away from something else, they're going to make sure they protect him, because if he's not on the field, you don't have a shot. I don't care who you have around him, what type of scheme you have to have him on the field. So they're going to pull out every single stop to make sure he's protected. That may take away from you scoring a bunch of points. You may have to depend on your defense or some special teams play, but they need him the entire year and into the playoffs if they want to have a shot of making it to the Grey Cup and winning it. So they're going to have to do some special things within that offense to make sure he's not taking a pounding if they want to have a chance of winning and possibly getting to the Grey Cup.
And that's the fun part of coaching. And you got Jason Maas there as the offensive coordinator. They'll figure it out. But that's just one of the concerns here. Chris Bird in Toronto, he's an Argos fan. He says, Milt Stegall or Jock Climie? Get out of here with your Jock Climie. Get out of here with your Jock.
what's the question? It really doesn't matter.
It's not a
the
question.
only thing Jock can do better than me is be a lawyer, because I didn't go to law school. So Jock is real. He's a great lawyer. So that's it. Besides that, Jock can't touch me in anything. Chris, I can't believe you asked that. I appreciate it. I don't know, maybe Jock paid you or you're one of Jock's friends. I'm not sure, but that's the only thing Jock can touch me in, and that's being a lawyer. That's it.
And like you say, you never tried to be a lawyer. So you might have beat him there. No. Wayne in Victoria says, if pinball can't fill the stadium, then nobody can. And I got to be honest, that's what I would do. Pinball would be my guy. I would have him everywhere. I'm with Wayne. It's like, if pinball can't do it, I don't think it can be done. But at least pinball's there running the team as GM, which, by the way, how did you looks like, hey, they signed all those guys. Looks like pinball knows what he's doing.
I think pinball is more in a figure. I know he's out there, speaking to the guys, but the one who's actually doing all the bird dog, and I don't think that's pinball. I don't think that's his style. Even when he was coaching, pinball wasn't necessarily the coach. I mean, he knew how to motivate those guys. He knew how to get them going. He knew the schemes and everything that were being ran, but pinball, that's just not him. And he'll tell you that in a second. That's just not him, but he's a special individual. And as you mentioned, he needs to get out there, but when he gets out there, he needs to bring some of those players along with him, because when those fans come to the game, pinball is on the field. Pinball is up in the booth, or pinball may be on the sideline, but pinball is on the field. And they want to see the players who they come to cheer on. So, yes, pinball, he needs to be out in the forefront because he's more recognizable in Toronto than any other CFL player, and maybe in the history of the CFL, one of the most recognizable players in CFL, period. But he needs to bring along some players with him because he understands that those fans are coming to see those players and not pinball.
Hey, it's funny you say that, by the way. And some of those free agents that they sign are friends of mine, right? Charleston Hughes, Cam Judge.
Yes.
So Murph was doing all the work, but those players told me they'd bring in pinball as the closer out of the bullpen.
He's the closer, yeah. and that's smart. That is very smart, yes.
Yeah,
very smart.
Exactly.
Yes.
All right, Milt. Hey, always good. Can't wait to see you when you get up here. Safe travels. So thanks for the time.
Oh, thanks for having me on. Take care.
The outstanding Milt Stegall joining us from Hotlanta, the hub of the South. When we come back, a sports update, and we'll talk about all of this. Recap it. Plus tonight's round one of the NHL draft. You're watching the RP Show on the Game Plus TV network, YouTube and Facebook Live, and 24-hour sports radio for Suds Full Service Car Wash at rodpedersen.com.
Head to youtube.com/The Rod Pedersen Show now. You gotta subscribe. Click the subscribe button for all the content you may have missed.
Nestled in the scenic Qu'Appelle Valley, just 20 minutes northwest of Regina, is one of the finest golf courses in all of Saskatchewan, the Deer Valley Golf Club. The clubhouse has a full-service restaurant, and customers can enjoy a casual dining experience with spectacular views of the golf course and valley. A fully stocked golf shop, staffed by PGA of Canada professionals, is equipped to meet all of your golf apparel and equipment needs. Book your tee time, family event, or corporate tournament today at the Deer Valley Golf Club. Call 306-731-1445.
Is it time to take your event online? Bring it to IKS Live. We've got a fully customized virtual event platform with remote guest support for your next fundraiser, talk show, conference, performance, and more. IKS Live offers live streaming to Facebook Live and YouTube and pre-recorded capabilities, both in our studio with green screen available and on location with pre-production and post-production services. Visit us at ikslive.ca.
Comfort has always been something we as people strive for. It means that the places we live and work, and that the people we care most about, are able to go about their lives focusing on the things that matter. Our focus at FlameTech has remained the same for more than 20 years. Now more than ever, we need each other to support our local businesses. As an industry leader in combustion services, we are proud to attend to the needs of our communities and support the local economy.
In today's fast-paced world, we know you don't always have time to cook a nutritious meal. The Mad Greek in Moose Jaw's got you covered with delicious takeout and delivery specials, even for large groups or occasions. Authentic Greek cuisine, pizza, ribs, and more. There's something for everyone to enjoy. Offering licensed dining, delivery, and their takeout window is open to get your Greek to go. For more information and to view the online menu, visit themadgreekeatery.com. Nestled in the scenic Qu'Appelle Valley, just 20 minutes northwest of Regina, is one of the finest golf courses in all of Saskatchewan, the Deer Valley Golf Club. The clubhouse has a full-service restaurant, and customers can enjoy a casual dining experience with spectacular views of the golf course and valley. A fully stocked golf shop, staffed by PGA of Canada professionals, is equipped to meet all of your golf apparel and equipment needs. Book your tee time, family event, or corporate tournament today at the Deer Valley Golf Club. Call 306-731-1445.
Universal Collision Center is Saskatchewan's premier auto body shop. Our extensive process ensures that every vehicle that comes through our state-of-the-art facilities is returned pre-accident condition, and that every UCC customer experience is an easy one. We're certified to repair all makes, all models, and all luxury brands, and Universal Auto Spa offers full-service detailing packages to suit you and your vehicle. Plus, we're the official body shop of your Saskatchewan Rough Riders. Universal Collision Center, 3910 Rochdale Boulevard and 2355 First Avenue in Regina.
Hey Rod Squad, now you can join the team with your very own RP Show gear. Head to rodpedersenshop.com and get yours today while supplies last. It's just like we wear on the show, official RP Show gear at rodpedersenshop.com.
Oh yeah, he's back. Time for more of the Rod Pedersen Show.
Welcome back. Flame Tech Football Friday continues. Are you okay today? You're flying around here like crazy. What's going on?
I'm great.
Is everything okay?
Oh, amazing.
Your phone's been going off? That thing's been singing.
Yeah, it has.
Okay.
I'm almost out of juice, and we've only been on the air.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Can we get this kid an extension cord?
Yeah.
Run one out here? He's got a battery pack we're running around Montreal that he carries in his pocket. You ran out of that, too.
Yes. I know.
You need two battery packs.
I know. I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know how else to operate.
William May in Lloydminster, Canada's only border city, writes that and says, today's show was awesome. Lots of good guests. It ain't over yet, William. It's got 20 minutes left. And I see our guy Jack in Vulcan, Alberta's checked out too. What the hell? Now it's just us. Now's the fun time.
All right.
Although Milt did crush it. We're getting a lot of social media play on Milton Stegall, the Turtle Man. I am such a squirrel. Our mascot probably should have been a squirrel. Now that I think of it. Secondary mascot.
I know, but
Ricky's
if
cousin.
you knew the way Ricky was originated, it can't be anything else.
Right.
But
how about that?
Our secondary mascot will be a squirrel. Yeah, I think so.
Gonna have to be.
Oh, yeah.
That's one of those closely guarded secrets. We can't tell you why our mascot is an iguana named Ricky. It's frankly too dirty.
Can't tell you. But the squirrel, picture this. This is what the squirrel mascot.
Yeah.
He'll go to events, but you can't tell him what to do. He'll just be doing whatever his own thing is, because that's just how we operate, right? Like,
right.
I need you to sit here and sign autographs, and I need you to do this, and he'll do everything else but that.
By the way, a couple texts came in late, or I didn't get to them until too late, but Adam from Hamilton's watching from the 289 and says, hey, Milt, who do you think Hamilton should go with at quarterback? I think they need to invest in Dane Evans and have him playing minimum half the season. I'll just take a swing at that one on behalf of Milt Stegall and say everybody's saying it's going to be holy moly Jeremiah Masoli. Everybody's saying that. Wouldn't we not be shocked if it's not Jeremiah Masoli in week one?
Shocked.
Yeah, at Winnipeg.
Jeremiah Masoli was the CFL's most outstanding player before he got hurt. And it wasn't close, right? Not saying he's the best quarterback in the league. I'm not saying that. But he was playing at that level better than everybody else before he got hurt. Dane Evans did a really great job, and he might be the future. But this team is ready to win now. Both guys are capable, but Masoli's the guy.
Someday we should sit down and write out all the sports cliches that are bunk and BS and gobbledygook. The first one that comes to mind is, you can't lose your job due to injury. It just depends on the situation. It's a case-by-case situation. I've seen guys lose their job due to injury. I've seen guys come right back as soon as their injury was over. Don't paint yourself into that corner. I don't know why they do. Interesting comments coming in here. Monty would like us to name our mascot, the squirrel. Name him Monty. And
I'm not totally.
I think I'm here for that.
Yeah, I'm not totally against that. I'm not.
Can we get it drawn up?
Monty the squirrel.
Monty the squirrel.
Oh boy, we're on to something.
What are you doing later, Nelson? He's gonna be a squirrel. Sherry Petty is watching. Now, you got to tell me, Sherry, where you're watching. I believe she's in Nova Scotia. She says, Maclean's magazine poll of the 1990s, 75% of Torontonians would prefer to be American citizens. That is the problem in Toronto. The ingrained attitude is biased against the CFL. They need the approval of Americans. Toronto would rather see the Argos. Where did it go? Fail?
It went off the screen.
Would rather see the Argos play the Des Moines Dogbites than a Canadian Prairie football team. I don't know what to do about that. I like to hear from the Eastern Canadians, you people in Eastern Canada, because we reside in the West. I love to know what makes you tick, because I've long said I don't know what it's going to take to get people to go to Toronto Argonauts games, because I've never spent one day living in the GTA.
That's right.
I have no idea what it would take.
Just visited, yeah.
But like they say, if pinball can't get them buying tickets, nobody can get them buying tickets. Although John Candy, Wayne Gretzky got them buying tickets and selling out Skydome in the early 90s. Mm-hmm. And people said, well, they should get Drake. Get Drake to go to the games. Drake's like every other Toronto person, doesn't want to go to Argo games.
That's right.
It would be so fake. 2017 East Final, Riders at the Argonauts. I was there calling the game. Wayne Gretzky and Mike Babcock and Mitch Marner were there. But they just casually put a camera on them. Like, nobody knew they were going. Like, if Toronto people, if Torontonians knew that Mike Babcock and Mitch Marner were going to be there, we would have had to move the game to Skydome. BMO wouldn't have been big enough. But if you know Babs, he's going to roll in there with his ball cap on and jeans and not tell anybody. He's just going to go to the game, right?
Right.
It's a little ironic that Marner and Babcock went together now that I think about it.
A little bit. Right?
Now that I think about it.
But it's a little bit like when we were in Nashville and Peter Laviolette's at the game, right? Mm-hmm. He just rolled in his tracksuit, all casual, and happened to see us, and we happened to connect with him. But that was a chance.
Yeah.
Right? Just rolled in, and that's what they did there. I mean, it would take those guys being part of an ownership group to start to turn the tide a little bit.
If that's what it takes, I'm all for it.
Me too.
Todd Pinkney, one of our P1s who came to our Seattle Kraken expansion draft watch party the other night, asks if Monty the Squirrel's going to use the lawnmower 4.0 to trim his nuts. I was thinking more, how about that? But
how about that?
It's not an unreasonable question.
No, it is not.
Monty the Squirrel. Can we get that done up by the end of the show? And I'm in favor of your mom sewing the costume this time.
You are?
Yes.
Are you watching?
Paula?
She's probably watching.
What's going on back here? They're all laughing back there.
Because then you paused. And I was like, this in favor of her? What?
I know. I heard them bust out laughing. I'm like, what are you?
And then you sewing the costume, and it's like, just disarmed me. I'm like, okay, we're good. She can sew the costume.
I'm in favor of your mom.
What? Say it. Say it.
Okay. Sports. I think, Chris Bird, you need to go for a walk. Put his comment up, but I'm not going to read it. Well, I'm reading the sports update here. Known as the Indians since 1915, Cleveland's Major League Baseball team will be called the Guardians, or as Milt Stegall calls them, the Gardeners. The ball club announced the name change Friday, effective at the end of the 2021 season. The organization spent most of the past year whittling down a list of potential names that was at nearly 1,200 just over a month ago. I'm going to read it anyways. He just said, I love how you people from outside of the Toronto area are so knowledgeable of Toronto sports fans. Is everyone from Saskatchewan a farmer? A, yes. And B, you have a listening comprehension problem. What did I say, Darren? I said, I've never spent one day living in Toronto, so I have no idea what it would take to get people to go to Argos games. But you only latched on to the part that pissed you off. So scroll back to what I said. I have no idea what would take Torontonians to go to games. And clearly, you don't either, or nobody else, because they're not going. And they're last place in attendance in the Canadian Football League by a mile. So don't get so upset. For the second year in a row, NHL general managers and scouts will gather around their computers tonight for a virtual entry draft. Owen Power, a 6'6", 213-pound defenseman from Mississauga, is expected to be selected by the Buffalo Sabres with the first overall pick. The Seattle Kraken own the number 2 selection, and the Anaheim Ducks will pick third. The Vancouver Canucks are set to be the first Canadian team on the board with the number 9 pick. The Ottawa Senators will choose 10th, followed by the Flames 13th, the Winnipeg Jets 18th, the Edmonton Oilers number 20, and the Montreal Canadiens number 31. Of course, the Leafs traded their first-round pick away from Nick Foligno. How'd that work out for him in the playoffs, Moose? That's what I thought. Blue Jays face the Mets in New York tonight. Lefty Steven Matz gets the call. The sports update for dubnetwork.ca. WHL breaking news and analysis. Visit today, dubnetwork.ca. And for Ben Cahoon's G2G protein bars. We'll be right back with Viewer Takeover, and I feel like it's going to be spicy to end the week. You can tell, huh?
Oh, yeah, it will be.
You're watching the RP Show on the Game Plus TV network and 24-hour sports radio at rodpedersen.com.
Have you subscribed to the Rod Pedersen Show YouTube channel yet? Head to youtube.com/The Rod Pedersen Show now.
Capital is Regina's trusted GMC Buick Cadillac dealership. Whether you're on the market for a new or certified pre-owned vehicle, we got you covered. And when it's time for service work, you can trust our factory-trained technicians who specialize in repairing any make or model. But don't take our word for it. Check out capitalgmc.ca to see how we roll and to learn what other customers are saying about working with us. Your dealership experience should be fun, easy, and transparent. And that's exactly what you'll get when you choose Capital GMC, Regina's trusted GMC Buick Cadillac dealership.
Don't rack your brain trying to source the equipment and materials you need for your business. Rockstar can operate your entire supply chain, from PO creation to expediting your shipments, all from our office. Leverage the buying power of the Rockstar buying group to not only save money and time, but also the headache. From gloves to glue, we can provide it for you. Find out more at rockstar.com.
Does this look familiar? Your fans deserve an incredible arena experience. It's time for an upgrade. Stunning graphics. Revenue opportunities are just the beginning with our in-venue display systems and scoring technology. Let us help you find the best solution for your facility. DDG, always delivering the best fan experience.
Ultimate Fan Zone, taking our show on the road coast to coast. Shop online, ultimatefanzone.ca. Slick, user-friendly. We built this site for the die-hard sports fans. Jerseys, hats, team apparel, offering officially licensed fan gear from the best lines in sports. Nike, New Era, Adidas, Fanatics. Game day ready to your door. Now, just a click away, ultimatefanzone.ca, or check us out on Facebook and Instagram. UFZ Downtown Moose Jaw, home of everything authentic.
We started Suds Car Wash in 2003.
There's a bit of us in every part of the business. I've been working here since I was about 10 years old. Hard to believe it's been 12 years since. Our parents always taught us about the importance of quality of work and friendly service. And here at Suds Car Wash, we're a family-run business, so it's really important that our customers feel like family.
From all of us at Suds Car Wash, we make your car shine.
Here's how your business can be a part of Canada's fastest growing sports talk show. All you have to do is contact us, and we will tell you all about the dynamic and exciting marketing opportunities we have, utilizing a fully integrated 360-degree multi-platform. Imagine your business seen and heard across Canada on Game Plus TV and around the world on the Rod Pedersen Digital Network. You will use one of the most overused expressions in sports. You gotta be kidding me. Get your business involved. Contact the Rod Pedersen Show today.
You got something to say? You want to add to the show? What are you waiting for? Don't just sit there. Say something. Now, back to the studio with Rod.
Welcome back for overtime, everybody. I'm just checking what's going on here. Checking the poll question. Let's update this one last time. It's the news of the day. The Cleveland Indians, out of nowhere, dropped the news this morning that they're changing their name to the Cleveland Guardians. Our poll question for Capital Automall Universal Collision Center is, how do you feel about the new Cleveland Guardians name? And it's fairly even. Thumbs down, 59% on Facebook and 59% on Twitter. How we got in this farmer discussion, I have no idea. Chris Bird, thank you so much for apologizing for firing me up. He said he was upset at what Sherry Petty said from Nova Scotia, not what I had said. So I'm sorry. I got people coming at me all the time, so I'm on edge sometimes.
The guard is up.
And we got in this farming discussion. Mandy in Edmonton says, let's have a vote for people from Saskatchewan. How many are from farming families? I'm one, she says, right here. And Chris goes on to say, we all depend on farmers for our livelihood. As Paul Harvey would say, did you eat today? Thank a farmer. True story.
Oh, yeah. I remember.
You remember that?
Yeah.
Those commercials?
Yeah.
Did you eat today? And now you know the rest of the story.
Paul Harvey.
He was the best.
Oh, that voice. And
I didn't think you were. Oh, you aired it in Rosetown?
Oh.
That's why?
The rest of this story.
That guy could broadcast a parade for 4 hours by himself and never stumble over a word. Paul Harvey. Did you eat today? Thank a farmer. I said that to our former our ag reporter at the radio station I worked, Jim Smalley.
Yeah.
He started to cry. Because he loves farmers so much. And farming.
Wow.
Business of the week. We do it every week for our friends at Direct West and the MySask app. Business of the week. It is Escape Sports. Escape Sports consists of the latest alternative sports equipment for the people of Saskatoon, Saskatchewan, since 2004. They also provide SUP lessons and tours. Find them on MySask 411 today. Escape Sports in Saskatoon. You're literally looking for something to do? Look up Escape Sports, a proud partner with the MySask 411 app and Direct West. Earlier this week, I was talking with my brother, who's currently in Boston, by the way. But he said, well, I said, why are people going so nuts about the NHL Seattle expansion draft? This is insane. And he goes, I think they don't have anything better to do. That was his response.
Okay.
And I'm thinking, well, go to Escape Sports then, if you're looking for something to do.
Yeah, exactly.
Having said that, tonight's round one of the NHL draft, I will be watching very closely. Close personal friend of mine is Mike Sullinger. 18 years? Yeah, 18 years in the NHL with 12 teams. His son Cole's supposed to be a top 10 pick. The two of them sat right there when Cole was, 16?
That's right.
So it's big. It's big.
Yeah, it'll be a really big night.
I see Dan Saravelli. Dan, the situation Saravelli is watching in Philadelphia right now. And he says, Jack Eichel, come to Philly. Let's make it happen. Do you want Jack Eichel? You're getting damaged goods there, I think, both physically and emotionally. That's just me. Maybe we should face off on that, Moose.
Jack Eichel, I think, can and likely will have a pretty good NHL career. I do, if he gets into the right cultural fit. If he gets in the right cultural fit with the right coach and the right environment and the right city where he can be really happy and, just concentrate on hockey, I think he'll be successful. But you look at Philadelphia, with Voracek and JVR and Giroux, and they've got a lot of salaries.
Well,
they can afford Eichel.
Breaking news. Dan, the situation, Saravelli was onto something.
What?
Buffalo has reportedly traded defenseman Rasmus Ristolainen to the Philadelphia Flyers for defenseman Robert Hagg and 2 high draft picks.
How about that?
Do you smell? I feel like the Flyers and Sabres might not be done yet.
Maybe not.
I'll say it again. Reportedly, Buffalo has dealt defenseman Rasmus Ristolainen to the Philadelphia Flyers for defenseman Robert Hagg and 2 high draft picks. So maybe Jack... Well, listen, it's NHL draft weekend. Very good chance Jack Eichel doesn't come out of the weekend as a Buffalo Sabre. How about that?
Yeah, moving Shane Gostisbehere opened up some cap room, and Ristolainen comes in the back end to fill that void, and it's a nice move for Philadelphia. I really like that. And, yeah, he gave up some picks and some equity for it, but a player is going to come in and play. So I don't hate that.
Dan, the situation, Saravelli's still watching in Philadelphia, and he writes it and he says, I'm psychic. Psychic or psycho?
How about that?
Or both.
Little column A, little column B.
Look the guy up. Look the guy up on Instagram. He looks like the situation, but far better looking. Right, Dan? Enterprise with a Z. Enterprise Sports Podcast. I've been on that show a couple of times. Coming up next week, the great Ron Duguay. Ladies, fix your hair. Ron Duguay on Monday. Nate Ewell of College Hockey Incorporated to recap the NHL draft this weekend from an NCAA side of things. The newest CFL on TSN play-by-play guy, Rod Smith. And Sportsnet Montreal Canadiens reporter Eric Engels in the outfield. Love you too, Danny boy. Moose, what do you got going on this weekend?
Oh, man, I'm going to be at the lake. Man of 2.
Have fun.
So it's going to be lots of fun.
All right. Little of this, little of that. We'll see you Monday, noon Eastern, right here on Game Plus. McFly, hello.